Nope.
What is up, you guys? It's James from James Reptiles. It's currently raining outside. It was 90 degrees last week and it's raining right now. That's California for you. I've got some updates to go over and I might feed some snakes today. Who knows? We'll see. First up, I want to talk about this rack. This is what I had the roaches on before. Of course, there's the ball python and the hissing cockroaches and one colony of dubias left. Realistically, I want to either sell those off or feed them off or just end up getting rid of that colony. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the ball python yet. I kind of have an idea, but I'm not 100%. And I'm going to end up selling the hissing cockroaches off. Because what I want to put here is either 4 or 6 foot custom enclosures for my blue beauty snakes. They're awesome, they're extremely large, and I can't wait for them to be grown-ups and produce babies. So I want to get them nice big enclosures, and this rack will go, and this ball python will probably go in this 40-gallon right here that my beauty snake's in right now, and I think that'll be awesome. Now, in terms of baby crested geckos, I was going to start putting them in there. I think I'm going to keep putting them in these tubs because I have another idea for that rack. And while we're right here, let's look at another black knight that hatched. This is a black knight super snow. It does have a really bad tail kink at the base. And yeah, that's about it. But he's got some nice piebalding, so I'm like wondering if this is an eclipse. If I could focus, that'd be awesome. So it's hard to tell, but obviously this will be one of the ones I sell. I might get a couple $100 for it on MorphMarket. Who knows? It is double het. If it's not an eclipse, then it's at least het eclipse and double het blizzard eclipse. Sorry, it's pretty early in the morning right now. As far as isopods go, well, okay, so I have that rack for crested geckos. I couldn't find those tubs anywhere, but I had those tubs I got at Target. They fit in a little snug, but they fit. So I bought 4 more of these little screen discs on the internet, whatever the site was, Circle Screens or something super stupid like that, just so it all matched up. And I bought a 1-inch drill bit just to do it. But I don't even think I'm going to need that. I don't know what I'm going to do with these tubs yet. But I took the empty 4 spaces at the bottom and I just slid these tubs in with the isopods in them. And okay, I was zoomed in a little bit the whole time. Whoops. So let's take a look at these isopods real quick. Like I said, it's a little snug. So these are my dwarf whites. They were already in a tub this size, so nothing's different from them. There's lots of like eggshells, and like I fed them all yesterday, and I'm going to be selling about 60 of them today to an old coworker, cool guy. It's probably going to take about half my colony away, but it's getting to that point where I don't really want a big, huge dwarf white colony. That just doesn't make sense. So I'd rather, make $20 off of them and use that money to buy bedding and other isopods. So next up we have the powder blues, which I put in a tub just like this the other day. Probably gonna put another piece of bark back there. I have more sitting around somewhere. But look at all of them. They're so fast too, and there is lots of babies in here. And I don't know, you can't really see the babies. The camera's not picking it up very well, but a lot of the babies are orange looking. And they're really big, so I'm starting to wonder if when I bought them, who I bought them from, my boss, or his wife actually, if she, might have accidentally sprinkled in some, or, they were in her colony and they ended up in my colony, or if they're going to change when they get older. It's hard to tell exactly what's going to happen. So as they start to mature and get bigger, I'm going to start pulling them out before they can crossbreed with the blues. And then, if they are actually oranges, I can start an orange colony. I have extra tubs I can fit in here. I wouldn't use these just because the screen, but, it is what it is. You just kind of play with the space you got. Over here we have the clowns. They're not going to be on top because they weren't they were in a tub about half the size. And just this morning I put them in this tub, and Added a bunch more substrate, so I'm gonna have to come in here and wet it down a bunch. Same with this next one. I'm really excited about this one. This is my Cubaris SP White Duckies. These are really expensive isopods. I bought them when I bought the Dwarf Whites, just kind of as like a, you know, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go all in. And if you go on my Instagram at James Reptiles, I posted a picture this morning. There are baby white duckies in here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find one just because, like I said, I added a bunch of substrate and all that, but they're definitely in here. I saw at least one baby, so I'm pretty happy about that. If I can get a little group going and be able to sell a couple, you know, I'd be really happy. So, alright, so this is an electronic vivarium hatchling rack. Like I said, I got crested geckos up top, I got isopods at the bottom. I think what I'm going to do is take the crested geckos out at some point and actually plug this heat. It's got heat tape in the back. There's no defined temperature on this. I'm not sure if it came like this or if the person I bought it from added it, but I'll probably turn it on low, kind of get an idea for the temperature, and maybe turn it up to around 82, and that way all the isopods are on heat and they kind of breed a little bit faster. I did order from Isopod Shop the whole line of isopod grubs. I do already have the peas. I use those a lot, but I kind of want to vary it up, especially as I'm getting more and more species. Kind of take note of what everyone likes and make sure everyone's happy. I saved a lot of money buying the whole entire line. I think I saved like $18 or $19. It was kind of worth it to me. I'm going to use them all anyway. I also have guppies breeding, and anytime I have too many guppies or the wrong color come out, instead of selling, you know, 10 guppies for, you know, $5-10, it's kind of a waste of time in my eyes to, you know, put up an ad, wait for someone to show up, deal with everyone who's not going to show up and all that. What I do is I just put them in the freezer and I feed them off to my guppies, and they seem to love them. So I got plenty of food going for those guys and lots of other stuff coming your way. Like I said, I do have eggs from the Super Snow White and Yellow Radar project, which I'm super excited for. That Black Knight that just hatched out. Let's take a look at the first couple that hatched out. So this was the first one, the Super Snow, and this one's looking all right. His hand's looking weird. You can see right there his hand's looking a little chunky. I'm not sure what that is, but hopefully it's just nothing. Hopefully it's yeah, hopefully that's just nothing, because I don't want anything to happen to that guy. And of course this one's doing amazing. This is the Snow. You can see he's getting big, he's getting dark. This one ate his roaches when I fed him roaches. So he's getting huge. The other one's got a little ways to go. And I think I've got like 4 or 5 more eggs in there. 2 more that should hatch in a couple weeks, and a pair laid the other day that I actually raised my incubator up to 87 or 88 degrees. And there's no more isopods on top. So what that'll do is allow a couple of the eggs to be boys, and then I can you know, have a pair for next year and be able to produce the double visual Super Snow, Black Knight, Blizzard Eclipse, or Snow, Black Knight, Blizzard Eclipse, or what have you. So hopes and dreams, right? Alright, so that's about everything that's happening in the reptile room right now. Let's go on and feed some snakes, shall we? This guy right here is a crazy eater. Here, let me just hold the rat up to him. See how big it is? Yeah, but he takes it down. I know he's been smelling them all day. Oh, it's kind of an awkward angle. Yeah, that guy's a killer. He'll eat tons of food. You can hear him wagging his tail. That's him wagging his tail. What an absolute beast. He's pushing over 4 foot right now. Yeah, he doesn't want us looking at that. Let's see if Nestle wants anything. There we go. Yeah, she doesn't want us to watch. I'll leave it in there, and it'll probably be gone in an hour. See, that's a good snake. I want to get these guys good size for next year. I plan to breed them next year. Beautiful. Just what I like to see. That guy's still finishing up. Let's take a look at it, see what he's doing. Oh, he's done. Look at that. Might have to feed him some more. He gets when he's hungry, he's hungry. I gotta start feeding him twice a week along with Esmeralda. Because those rat snakes, once they're hungry, they don't quit for nothing. There we go. Sometimes I feed him a small rat. They were a little big when I first started, but I think he's grown into them. His head's huge now, by the way. But sometimes, because I don't thaw extra, because no one else will eat them. So if I know he wants more, which he always does, he ends up just getting these little tiny baby ones. Little tiny baby mice. Go on, dude. This is such an awkward angle. Come on. Probably don't smell like a rat to him. Look at how weird he's being. He knows he wants it. There he goes. Look at him. It's crazy. It's gone. Just like that.